Coming up. Good evening and welcome to 13 News. First at 5, I'm Sean Mazzarello.
I'm Kristen Crowley. We start tonight with a 13 News exclusive. It's been a year since Booker Washington Center announced it was facing major financial problems.
This, of course, all happened after the previous leadership was let go. Today, we found out specifics of the financial trouble the downtown center faces.
13 News' Rebecca Klopf has been following the story all day long and just got new information both from Booker and the Illinois Department of Commerce. She joins us live in the newsroom with more on this. Rebecca?
Sean and Kristen, the Commerce Department tells me the Booker Washington Center misused state money granted to them back in 2011. The Commerce Department says Booker owed the state $200,000 of grant money. That, they say, was misappropriated by the center. The grant was supposed to be used for building improvements, but instead, they say the money was used for payroll. We also found out today from Booker's executive director, Jesse Bates, that the center still faces a $150,000 mortgage debt, as well as $88,000 that is still owed to vendors. So with the funds owed to the state, along with the center's current debt, Booker is facing $438,000 that it must repay. That $438,000 is actually down from months ago, as they've been able to pay back $58,000 in payroll taxes that they owed to the federal government. This has been a long process for Booker, but they tell me they do have a plan to fix it.
A year ago in July, this was the message.
Let's do what it takes to just make this save our community center.
Booker Washington Center had just announced it was on the verge of bankruptcy. Everyone on the payroll was let go. It had been months since any of its staff or bills had been paid. Acting Executive Director Jesse Bates says at the time it was facing $300,000 in debt. The debt isn't gone except for the most pressing, the payroll taxes.
I think it was $58,000. That's paid.
Was there any other debt that you have been able to just get rid of off the books?
Nothing that we've been able to get rid of off the books. I mean, except for little minor things.
It is still facing nearly $440,000 in debt. $150,000 of that is the mortgage on the building. Booker has worked out a plan for that. It has another $88,000 of debt it still needs to get a payment plan for.
And we're paying down the debt with mostly special events, what we've earned in special events, what we earn from sales of services, what we earn for rentals, that kind of thing.
Bates says Booker also plans to reopen its resale shop. Plus, it's charging fees for its sports and activities, something it never did before. Though it's taking donations, that's not the plan to keep Booker afloat.
You just can't go out there and say, you know, well, we didn't do everything right, but just give us the money anyway. You can't go asking people for money until you have that solid reputation that people feel comfortable with.
For your news leader, Rebecca Klopf, 13 News.
Now, Bates is not commenting specifically on the Department of Commerce situation, saying an ongoing negotiation is underway to repay that misappropriated funds to the state. However, they do acknowledge that there was wrongdoing under the previous leadership. Sean and Kristen, back to you.
Now, Rebecca, really quick, what is the Department of Commerce saying about how Booker is handling the situation?
Yeah, they say Booker is fully cooperating with the state. They do acknowledge that they did something wrong. Their hope is that Booker can continue its operations in Rockford once everything is resolved. For now, reporting in the newsroom, Rebecca Klopf, 13 News.
All right, thank you, Rebecca.